You listen to HBCU Corner with the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole. I'm joined with my guy Ray Jeezy. Hey man, it's like a UMES special, bro. You doing the whole dance? I see you. I
Of
see
course.
you.
This the one time we can represent. Other times we got to be objective
We do.
and neutral. But today
Nice.
we can
We
have
can be ourselves. We can be
absolutely.
ourselves,
We can
dog.
be a little biased.
We can. We're allowed to.
Like
We're
what school
allowed
did I
to.
go to? Well, they tell the people. Just remind them.
Oh yeah, y'all see the hat? Y'all know what time it is.
Thank you. So all the accusations aren't true. I'm just letting people know.
Let them know, Ray, because they be talking dirty about your name and the school you represent for real. It's here, dog. It's here.
Oh yeah,
it's here.
We at the Hawks Nest, man. Chicken cheese steaks on me, baby.
Oh man, folks don't know about the Hawks Nest, bro. Chicken tenders, wing dings. Come on, bro. Honey mustard, the best honey mustard ever in life. Yeah, y'all already know, man.
Soul Food Thursdays, baby.
You know. Hey, before we get to talk to our cool guests, hey, make sure you check out our website, which is theurbansportscene.com. Also, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also, subscribe to our Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. Hit that red subscribe button and also like this video. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also, join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right. We talked about this, man. We got to... Like it's UMES. We had the women's basketball coach, and now we have the men's basketball coach. University of Maryland Eastern Shore men's basketball coach Cleo Hill Jr. is on with us. What is going on, Coach Hill?
What's up, guys? What's up?
How are you? What's going on?
I'm good, man. But first, let me say that intro, fire.
Thank you.
I love that intro. Is that new? I don't remember.
That's new. That's new.
Yeah, no, it was a guy say it's hard.
Look at this.
Look, the guys are getting me straight, man.
Look. See, Coach, thank you.
That's all credit to my brother here, Coach. I can't even take credit for that one, man. This brother's talented, and I'm glad that you acknowledge his talent.
Definitely got that one off.
Hey, Coach. So I want to ask you a question. So after the MEAC tournament, obviously you had some time to like chill, decompress. What did you do for your hobbies after the MEAC tournament? Did you do non-basketball? Because everybody wants to do basketball, non-basketball.
Yeah, not much, man. I went to Ocean City a couple of times. Got in the water a little bit. Spent time with the family.
Awesome.
Pretty much that's it. I guess after the season, you get on a workout regimen plan that you can't do during the summer. Eating a little bit better and things like that, but pretty low key summer.
Okay. So what was your outlook? I mean, looking back, what was your outlook on last season?
Tough season for myself, especially coming from the CIAA where I was fairly successful. I thought it was really interesting. The non-conference schedule, of course, was super tough. But myself and my staff, we really wanted to get a look at the top players and the top coaches and the top programs in the whole country to kind of see what they do, kind of look at their facilities and things like that. And in conference, I wasn't surprised. A lot of great programs, a lot of great coaches, great teams. But I did want to kind of collect data on the league for the first year, just kind of see what it was about. And I was surprised, and definitely how they did the MEAC conference tournament. I thought it was first class event how they did it. So I thought it was good. My first year was good, outside of the losing, but the experience of coming to Division I, in particular the MEAC conference, I thought was good for me.
That's a great segue, Coach, because Wole and I, we graduated from UMES. We saw a lot of MEAC basketball, years ago, late 90s, early 2000s. And at the time, I was a bit ignorant and uneducated, about the history. And some of the professors there, they checked me on it. So as I grew, Wole knows this, I'm big on the history of the game. And amongst HBCU ranks and really just basketball ranks, you think about the greatest players that came through our league and just through the HBCU basketball scene back years ago. We had Earl the Pearl, of course, Monroe. Who else?
Earl Lloyd,
John Chaney, Willis Reed. Just want to say, man, just from what I learned over the years, your father, his name is right up there with those guys. And I just want to know from your perspective, how do you incorporate the history of the game and what you saw from a close-up view of the success that we've had amongst HBCU basketball, and to just instilling that in these young guys, especially your new players?
Yeah, I did more my last 2 years, probably 3 years at Winston-Salem State. Last year, it happened so fast. I got the job late, got the players late, moved up here late. But towards the end of the year, I started talking about it a little bit because you have some players that didn't come from an HBCU background, either being a student athlete or their parents. So I began to incorporate some things in film session. And just, when we're sitting around on the road, just talking about basketball, they want to talk about the NBA, then they talk about the ACC. Then I kind of threw a little bit in there, about HBCU history. I'll do more about it this year as I was able to recruit really early. And like I said before, this is my first time being able to practice in the summer. So there is downtime. So we do talk about it. And I think they have to understand that, not showing my age too much, but I cover history of HBCU from a fan being 6 to 8 years old. And then I cover it as a player through the 80s. And then I covered it as a coach at two different institutes, well, really 3 different institutions in the 2000s. So my history of it spans a little bit longer than most coaches because I didn't have a choice when I was a toddler. I didn't have a choice but to be into basketball and to be in as a fan, like Earl and Ted Blunt and Troy Russell, Jack DeFaris, all these guys came to my house. My parents were big cookout party people. So through the 60s and 70s, man, I was just like a kid in the candy shop, seeing all the players come through and knowing that I wanted to play at a historically Black college and ended up going to North Carolina Central. So my playing days and, playing against Ralph Talley and Charles Oakley and A.J. English and playing with Willie Genetti and, and then even as a coach, I coached Ronald Flip Murray.
Flip, yeah.
Javante Cook is playing now, and Rob Cologne, he's now number 6 on the all-time list at Winston-Salem State. So, I have a different outlook on it, but, still to tell my guys, though, it's something that we need to begin to talk about so they have a sense of history being in the HBCU and playing college sports as well.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. And I got to shout out Lavelle Moulton because his first press conference, he said, man, having Cleo Hill and MEAC is such a blessing. He remembers your dad, of course, the North Carolina Central connection. So he definitely showed you major love. Like, we know who you are. I just think these young people and your dad and what you guys have accomplished is amazing. I'm going to call it wealth of knowledge. You vintage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll go with that instead of
yeah.
I'll go with that.
I hate that old word. I hate that word myself. But well, when you play Central, how big is that game for you? Like when you play Central?
Man, it was weird, man. It was weird because I hadn't really been back in a very, very long time. And to go in there the day before and practice, it was just weird. But the day of the game, and we didn't have as many people because we had a snowstorm, and we didn't even know if we were going to play the game. But I follow a lot of Eagles on social media, and I saw some people that I hadn't seen in, I won't tell how many years, a lot of years. So it was a great homecoming before the game. During the girls' game, I got a chance to talk with some old people and some former teammates. Lavelle didn't show me much love coming back home. He didn't show me much love, but I would have done the same thing. But from that standpoint, it was a horrible homecoming. But seeing everybody, it was great. It was great.
want to ask you real quick. My bad, Wole.
You're good.
Coach McClendon, being on the wall, that big, I guess, can I call it a mural? Like, was that there when you were playing?
No.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
That we didn't have much of that. From what I heard over the years, they really, really put it together. And just walking around the facility the day before practicing, like it really looks good. They've done a great job showing the history of North Carolina Central and its basketball and sports program.
Yeah, I'm excited because William P. Heights. I just found this out the other day. He's being honored coming up in November, right around homecoming. I guess that's
awesome.
Correct.
Week before after.
November,
so I love the history. Harold Hunter played for the Bullets, and of course, that's where he went. So I appreciate you, Coach. Trust me.
Okay, cool, definitely.
Yeah, stop saying, oh, yeah, there we go. Because you ain't that. So
we got the grades too. You see
it. Yeah. Let's rock them.
Let's rock them.
I'm proud of my grade, man.
Me too. I tell everybody, man. I tell my nieces and my nephews.
I don't like it.
He said, I don't like it. I love it.
You get used to it, man. Get used to it.
So, Coach, we talked about a little bit before we started about like we saw some of these social media videos of like your team practicing and doing workouts and whatnot. So how is the team coming together?
I'm not surprised at all, but it's definitely refreshing to see a group of young guys work as hard as they do and seem to have fun doing it. We have 15 guys. 2 of them are nursing some injuries, but they're still able to get in some of the drills. But to have the depth like that and to have the energy and the chemistry kind of flow early, it's great. It lets me go home and sleep well at night, put it that way.
Awesome. And I'm excited about 2 guys in particular. I got a text. I actually messaged you on IG as soon as I got it. Like, hey, man, UMES got Jaden Johnson. That's a good look. Like, he can hoop, because with this show, we're from the DMV, grew up here in the DC area, and we're tapped in the basketball scene here. So talk about, Devin Thomas and Jaden Johnson. How were you able to land those guys and, just the recruiting process? How much do you want to continue to recruit from this area that is a basketball hotbed in the DC and Maryland area?
Oh, definitely a hotbed, a plethora of talent at every position. Going to a few events and just getting some phone calls and some emails and then following up. It's just so many players like in the area. Like it's just it's so many, and I have to get to know the high school and AAU coaches in the area, and they have to get to know me. But it was key for me to land at least 2. I wanted 3, but I landed at least 2. But I mean, I do have some guys from Virginia area. But it was great recruiting both of them. First class young men, great students, and they compete. They compete on the basketball floor, and they have good basketball IQ. And those are 2 things that I wanted from younger guys, especially, but guys from the area. I wanted them to be competitors, guys that want to get after it, and those 2 guys do that very well, I might add.
I heard, and I look forward to seeing it. I'm gonna give a shout out to B More too. When we talk about DMV, Baltimore doesn't typically come into the conversation. That's typically separate. But you know what? Baltimore ain't that far, so tapping into this entire area, including Virginia, like you said, that's a great look.
It's just a lot of players. No, definitely. Yo, hit me on IG or shoot me an email. You got my phone number. Just hit me up, and I'll check them out, or one of my coaches will go check them out.
Coach, are you tapped in with some of the AAU programs out here in the DMV?
Yeah, I am.
Takeover DC or so?
Yeah. I actually got a text from them this morning.
Okay.
It's tough, kind of shouting out particular programs because if you miss somebody, man,
they get mad. I know.
Yeah, man, it's tough, but definitely some great AAU programs, some great high school programs in the area, though. Definitely, without a doubt.
I know. Reason I asked, I was like, I mean, I can get you in contact with some of them. That's why.
Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, Coach. We obviously you talked about last season, but what do you feel like your team needed to improve on from last season? And do you feel like some of the recruits that you had kind of fixed that issue?
Yeah. Definitely. I got a chance to see the league, and I felt that we needed to get bigger and taller through the 2, 3, and 4 positions, and we needed some depth at the 5 position. And you can never have too many ball handlers.
Sure.
So I thought we did that. I look at my team today in the weight room, and we have great size through 15 players, like great size. And I think the versatility was something that came along with it. We got guys, we got some of our 4s that can play 2 and some 2s that could play 4. Our 5s can play 4. We got 1s that can play 1, 2, and 3. And that's what I saw in the league. Size and versatility. Those were the 2 main things that we wanted to address coming into this season.
And who are some of the players that you feel like excited going into the season? You're excited about going into this season?
To be honest, all 15.
Okay. I like coach talk. I know. I love
man.
Coach talk.
Yeah, I like my team.
I know.
It's a good group of guys. Of course, coming back, you got Flippin and Hall coming back. Just naming some newcomers that I've been impressed with. I've been impressed with everybody.
Okay.
But if 5 guys stand out, Zion Obanla,
okay,
6'8" forward from Claflin College from New York. I would say Jaden Cooper.
Okay.
He's a grad from Columbia. Javoy Thompson, 6'8" wing from UNC Asheville. Impressed with him. We got a young man from Australia.
Wow.
6'9", 260 kid from Australia. And I'm not going to say we stole him because he was in the portal. Mike Teal from South Carolina State.
Yeah.
He was in the portal. We got him. We got a guy from Robert Morris, 6'7" wing. I like the group of guys, man. I like a group that works hard and that listens, man. That's the biggest thing with this group. It's only been an hour for a 45-minute practice at a time and 45 minutes in the weight room, but just being in the gym with them every day. I like coming into work, man. And coaches will know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave it right there, but and we don't know what we'll do this year.
Yeah.
But I enjoy working with this group of young men and my coaching staff as well.
And also I want to add just knowing that I guess I'm interested to know, like, obviously you coming in for your first year, so it's hard to have your guys, right? You're recruiting, but it's hard to get your guys, like doing all of your guys, right? Now, how is the vibe now for you on year 2, knowing that you got to have more of your guys in the building?
Excited, man. Yeah, super, super excited. My staff and I, we talk about it during practice, after practice, before practice. We got a coaches group chat. We texting about it, what we like, what we need to work on. So it's a good vibe through a group of young men and a coaching staff that's really good. The athletic staff seems to be excited. The other coaches that are here for the summer in other sports. So it's a good vibe, man. It's a good time to be a Maryland Eastern Shore Hawk, man. It's a good time. A good time for it.
I love it. And do you feel like they have your overall identity? Like, that's the most important thing, like your overall identity.
I think, I know. I understand what you're talking about. We're getting it, man. We're getting it. The first week I was really kind of low profile and let my assistant coaches kind of take them through some warm-up drills that we do. And then the second week, I think it was that first Monday of the second week, they kind of came in, a little laid back. And so, they had to hear my voice now. And penalties for this and penalties for that. And I really tried to press them to see if they'll crack early. And no, they didn't crack. I can tell from the programs that they've been in, they've been coached really hard. And that was good for me to see. And, during the recruiting period, everybody's on their best behavior.
Of course, man.
The players are on their best behavior. I'm on my best behavior. And you really don't get to see the true person until you get in there day to day. And I know they were like, man, coach is cool during the recruiting period, man. Yeah, he kind of chill. Man, I need a coach like that. So, second and third week, I've been a little intense on them.
Of course.
But they haven't been cracking. And it's good to see from young men, because we as a coaching staff, we talk about it in terms of life. Y'all going to school and having practice. You got to get good grades and listen to the coach. But once you leave here, and you got to get a job, and you got a wife, and you got kids, and you get laid off, or a kid get kicked out of school, you can't crack.
Yeah.
It's real life. And we try to, as much as possible, bring real life into the basketball program and talk about it. Because there's going to be times when we play Texas this year, down there in Texas. There's going to be some times when you can't crack. And then there's going to be times when you work on a job for 20 years and you get laid off. So you got to be able to handle those kind of pressures. And we try as much as we can. We don't hit it out the park every time and putting the two together, life and basketball, but we make an attempt, man, because it's something these young men need to know.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I like the lessons that you're teaching your kids. That's dope. Like that's a thing.
We're trying.
Because real life is tough.
Life is life for everybody at times, for sure.
Yeah, man. As they say, life be lifing, man.
Yeah,
we're lifing out here.
For sure. So, Coach, on the basketball court, we've been blessed on the men's and the women's side over the last couple of years to kind of end some bad streaks that we had, if I'm saying that correctly.
Right.
We finally got Central the year before you got there on a buzzer beater. Your first conference win was against Central last year, home.
Yeah.
Them at home. On the women's side, of course, we got Cobb and at Cobb. We broke a losing streak to Norfolk State the year before that as well. We got to get them at Norfolk coming up. How much do you pay attention to these things about just goals that you want to hit on the court as a team?
I mean, well, Nick is great. Nick Novi is great and telling us, we haven't done this in 25 years and we haven't done this. And it's great to break that streak. So, he keeps us abreast. I guess for us, it's getting better every day. Of course, we want to win every single game. We don't want to lose any games.
Of course.
The big goal, the small goal is to get better every day. Probably the big goal is to be playing Saturday night in the MEAC championship. That's the biggest goal. And if you're in the game, you got a chance to win. And if you win that game, then you get your dancing shoes on. You're in the NCAA tournament. So those are from A to Z. That's kind of what it is. Everything in between, we want to get that too.
Here's why I'm excited. Last season, you already referenced it. You got in the game late, so a lot came together late, the roster and all like that. And then, of course, your team kind of became more cohesive and gelled late, as we saw in that first round matchup, that quarterfinal matchup. Norfolk State was sweating. They said afterwards, survive in advance. They were thankful to get out of there with a W. So
it's up there.
Your team kind of finally get that cohesiveness, as I said. So I'm excited that now you got the full off season, and that first conference win is going to come fast, I'm sure. And I think we're going to knock down some more barriers this upcoming year. And I'm seeing the optimism on you, and I hope your players are just as optimistic.
Definitely, they are. I didn't go live with the workout session in the weight room, but I got some tough guys now. It's not going to be a lot of quit in this crew right here. But from a personnel standpoint, to start the season with 15 players is great, because we had 10 players most of the year last year, and a couple of games we had 8. To start off with a healthy 15 is great. We're super excited, man. Super excited.
Non-conference schedule was tough last year too. Really tough.
Yeah. You telling me? You telling me? Look. It's equal. I don't know if it's equally as tough, but we have some tough games, and I'll have some homecomings myself. We'll be playing Cheney University, where I got my first head coaching job and my first college job at the University of Nebraska. So we'll play them with a stop at Creighton. Then we have Texas. We got Virginia Tech. Ooh. Those are tough games. But then we have some games we feel like, hey, let's throw it up. We got A&T. We got Hampton. We got Canisius, American, Binghamton. I mean, even all those games. Even in Nebraska, Creighton, Texas. Yeah. Look, let's go. Let's see what it's about again, man. Let's throw the ball up.
Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Coach, going into this upcoming season, what would you say is going to be your biggest strength going into this upcoming season?
God, man, I know I said it a couple of times, but I'm gonna keep saying it: depth and versatility. We're deep. We're versatile. I think there's a different toughness with this group, and that was something that we wanted to address. We got a couple guys that are a little edgy.
Oh, I like it.
Hey, I love it. I love it, and it gets chippy in practice. I don't flinch on it. It's not like the olden days where you can go in the back and get some gloves. It's not quite like that.
Yeah.
But I let the guys get after it. It's a lot of chatter in there. A lot of chatter, and I love it. Love it.
Let it please themselves until you have to. And
your good teams do that.
Yeah, let it please itself.
Good teams do. They really do.
No, I totally agree with that. So so what would be like for you? Obviously, this is year 2 of the rebuild of this real year 2 of the program. I don't even like calling it rebuild. Year 2 of the program. What are your personal expectations for this team going into the season? And you don't have to say like winning this and winning that, but your expectations for your team.
I'm used to winning, man.
There you go. I get it. Man.
I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I don't want to dummy down either. I'm used to winning. Conference tournament championship. Yeah,
that's why I love it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because some people be like, don't want to. That's why I won't put no pressure. That's what it is. That's what it is. No. Let's used to winning.
Guys said, let's call spade a spade.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I say with your chest.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the goal.
I love it, man. I love it. So when you used to win, that's all you know.
Yeah.
That's all you know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Under the bright lights, man. Yeah. Under the bright lights.
Yeah, and it's more important, I feel like, not to knock on the other stops, like we know that the history of Winston-Salem and Cheney. Oh man, Cheney has got some rich history. But UMES is not the same, man. It's a lot of detractors out there that don't believe that we can be successful as an athletic program, as a university for different reasons. And it's frustrating, but at the same time, it's motivating. So I hope that, that comes into your mindset as well as you go out there to win this season and beyond.
That was part of the sell, man. I think for me, starting off as a basketball player at Orange High School, I was on the team. We went 1-20. And we ended up winning state championship by my senior year. And then going to Central, we came in, we was 4-22. By the time I left in 88, we was the #1 team in the country. And then, at Shaw, as an assistant, they had never won conference. We won with Flip. Then I came back as the head and won in 2011. Winston has a richer history, but they hadn't won since Bobby, who was here also, 2012, and we won twice. So I'm used to the challenge of taking a program to heights that they haven't ever been or haven't been in a while. So that was part of the challenge of like, wow, okay. and believe me, I love Winston-Salem State, but there was a shadow, man. You know, that big shadow, those big shoes, Coach Gaines,
yes,
and Earl Monroe, and a guy named Cleo Hill Jr. Those, those were shadows. So now I get a chance to come here, man. Like, yeah, like I want that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I want that.
And you if you're the coach that takes the short to the NCAA tournament, you know, like I'm gonna tell you, the alumni going.
Hey man, don't
alumni
get me started,
do something,
man.
Bro, I'm telling you, the alumni.
Chill.
Hey, y'all, we already have practice today, man. I might call the guys up again, man. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, man.
Coach, I'm just telling you.
Look, I'm aware. I am aware. I'm always aware of my surroundings and my history. I'm always aware. So it is not gone unnoticed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I won't lie, Coach, you got me hyped though. You do have me hyped.
Hey man.
You got me hyped.
Look, I'll put part of the other goal in there. I really want to consistently pack that U shape on both sides and heights.
Yeah, I'll be
like we only use the sides. It's just a goal and a challenge.
How's homecoming though? How's the homecoming crowd? It's packed. It gets packed in homecoming.
I thought it was. I thought it was. I don't think they used both. I can't remember if they used both sides. But we play at HBCU this year on homecoming. We play Cheney. Ooh. So that might be a little different.
That's going to be different.
That might be a little different.
That's going to be different. That's going to be different.
Cheney is similar to us when it comes to just athletics and school spirit and believing that we can create a winner. Shout out to my guy Jacoby. He's a trainer. And we talk all the time. So that's going to be good. See, that's always a hard week. They shouldn't have changed. Now, this is me coming for the university. Should not have changed homecoming from the spring because that's a hard time for me to get there because of my birthday. My wife's birthday is around that time. But anyway, when we were in school, Wole would tell you homecoming, it was hard to get a seat, so we got to reinstate it. So that's a goal for us.
It was done in February. Ours is in February.
Yes, it was done at a time where every other school came to our homecoming because we were the
only show in town. We was only like
it was a big deal. Everybody knows UMES homecoming was legendary at that time. And now, we compete with football and other stuff, but it's okay though. If you win, that's all that matters. That's what we're going to bring the people.
Go ahead, Coach.
So homecoming was
February.
It was spring, because February. We didn't have a football team, so we had it,
Yeah.
And so was it a basketball game?
Yep, it was a basketball game.
It was a basketball game. It was
all
huge,
basketball. It was all centered around basketball.
And it was rivalry games. We would play Morgan and Howard and Bethune. So it was.
We would always get to the point we wouldn't be playing like how your schedule lines up. Like sometimes you won't play MEAC teams. We would always play a MEAC team.
Yeah, before we got there, sometimes they had to get moved to the Wakavaco Civic Center because it was that big of a crowd that it drew. Yeah. But that's when Talls was around, so Talls was smaller. But then Heights, we could hold almost everybody. So it was packed, man.
What was the reason they changed it? You
might want to find out.
I asked.
I know. I don't think that was
Dr.
Anderson. I think that was the president before her that changed it.
I think it was some alumni. If I remember correctly, I think it was some alumni used to complain. Some, not all, used to complain about it lining up with Valentine's Day. That used to be a thing. Like people used to get annoyed by that.
Look at his face.
Yeah, I'm serious. No, like folks used to a lot of folks, the majority of folks loved it in February because again, like Ray said, that was like the only show in town. Like, weather. Okay. Also, Nick said, like I said, we said weather and tailgate request and the tailgating too. Yes,
man, bro,
that's true.
The yard is it's one of the most beautiful campuses. We were always ranked in terms of campus landscape, right behind Duke or right up there with Duke.
It's a beautiful campus.
Absolutely. Everybody who comes finally loves it. Again, people don't know until they get there, but that's really when the yard stood out. And it was a little cool, yes, but we made it work though,
But like to Ray's point, it was that we were the only homecoming going on.
At that time,
like it for us. We were the only one. You didn't have to worry about the other HBCUs because they had football teams, so they're gonna have their homecoming like in that time. But we had that was our thing. Like and other folks would come visit the school, whatever. So that was like our thing.
Valentine's Day. That's not our thing, is it, gentlemen?
Hey, y'all said that. I didn't say that.
That's a one-sided holiday. Hey, come on, folks, be real about it.
Don't comment on it. I can't.
I'll say,
I can't comment on it, man.
Don't get him in trouble, man. Look, don't get him in trouble. Don't do that, Ray.
My wife is working from home. She right there. She already know what it is.
Hey, Coach, before we about to end the show, is there anything you would like to add?
Man, no, look, just for the Hawk Pride, man. Look, come out this year, meet the new guys, man. Meet our new team. We have 12 new players. That they have personality, and they play hard and they listen, and we feel like it's going to be a very, very exciting year. In Heights and with the men's basketball program, as well as the women too.
Yeah.
When is Midnight Madness? I don't know if it's still called that, but when you introduce new players and when is that?
I don't think we set a date yet.
Okay.
I don't want to say October 16th. No, I don't. We'll get the date out definitely on social.
Look like Nick is typing. Maybe he got some.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure.
He'll find out. Look, I can't hold the show for Nick to find out.
We'll get it to you.
We got it. Mid-October. Got it.
It's gonna be late enough, Wole. You can make it work, Wole. It's gonna be late enough.
Mid-October. What did you say, right? Late enough.
It's gonna be late enough in the evening that you can make it out. That's what I'm saying, my brother. We know.
I can do both. I can go work. I can work and because my real 9 to 5, they be kind of getting me. So. But yeah, man, I can make that. I can definitely make that.
Okay, all right.
We can make that happen. We can definitely make that happen.
All
right, well, Coach, man, thanks for being on, and all the viewers, thanks for listening to HBCU Corner with the Urban Sports Scene. We appreciate y'all. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. You dig? Deuces. We are out.